markers, actions, there's going to be no movement forward. And believe me, the world is still grappling with this. It's not just us. So, I mean, I don't know if companies here have any incentive for, say, when they go for listings in terms of sustainability. Do they have them? I mean, does that matter? Does it give you a higher ranking? That happens in some of the stock exchanges, and that's something to consider. Build incentives. I would urge you, I would urge the Business Council, IFC, everybody sitting here, to have 2 short roundtables where you brainstorm, get yourself a consultant, you can do this, and ask them to write down what businesses can do to actually start working with data-driven in knowledge. And secondly, I would ask, because these are big companies, as I said, no one's coming for you. Just cutting to the chase, you will have to use your comparative advantage, which is what at home? We have a huge youth demographic that is actually in the universities, from NAS to a remote university in Jagai, Balochistan, working cost innovative climate solutions. Young people out there are at it with the slightest of incentive, competitions, prizes, that's what's moving them to do this. So that tells me that we have a huge landscape of R&D to invest in, to give us the solutions we need while remaining profitable. Because companies are going to seek, I can't hector you to throw away all your plastic waste without creating some kind of alternative to it. It's a plastic company, it's the producer, the manufacturer, who is going to have to make these shifts and innovations. I mean, I don't want to call out anybody, but we're only recycling 1% of our total solid and other waste. So if anyone's telling you otherwise, it's frankly rubbish. The world too is actually recycling only 9%. The entire world, including the big economies with their bins that separate organic from other waste. Well, they're trying. Europe is trying. But the next step will be that businesses will become uncompetitive if they're unable to mark or safeguard their businesses, their products that they're exporting, especially the textiles, to carbon border adjustments. You will face carbon border adjustments from the EU, for instance, where you have preferential access. I mean, I want to shift everybody's minds towards working with neutrality, carbon neutrality, as the only way forward. If you're not penalized for your exports, if you don't have the right carbon footprint or the reduced carbon footprint, you will become completely non-competitive. In fact, you may be barred. I mean, right now, many economies, our biggest export market for textiles is the United States. They're not putting this on you. But one fine day they will. The EU is getting ready for carbon border adjustments. Now, this will happen to everything, to organics, from agriculture, to textiles, to surgical instruments that you export. So businesses have to think. If there's an airline, I see my friend sitting here with it, if there's an airline running, it will do better internationally, locally, in the market, if it's presenting itself as a green airline. It's a bit of an oxymoron, but it has to do that.
सेनेटर शेरी रहमान का मौसमियाती तब्दीली के हवाले से इस्लामाबाद में तकरीब से खिताब। पाकिस्तान भी उन ममालिक में शामिल है जिन ममालिक को मौसमियाती तब्दीली के असरात का सामना है। दुनिया का दर्जा हरारत आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बढ़ रहा है। मौसमियाती तब्दीली इस वक्त बड़ा चैलेंज है। दुनिया को मौसमियाती चैलेंज से निपटने के लिए हंगामी इकदाम करना होंगे। माहौल दोस्त तवानाई का फरोग वक्त जरूरत है। माहौल दोस्त कारोबारी सरगर्मियों का फरोग जरूरी है। पाकिस्तान मौसमियाती तब्दीली के बायस कारोबारी बिरादरी को समझना होगा कि माहौलियात बचाने के लिए कोई नहीं आएगा। ये थी पीटीवी ताज़ा तरीन।
दुरुस्त हर वक्त बर वक्त।